All right, faggots, we're back.
Yeah, part two of our amazing examination.
So we were on RoboCop 2 versus Terminator 2, right?
Yeah, wait for Sid to get back. He's taking a piss. We were talking about RoboCop 2. I'm getting some weird background noise from you.
Me?
Yeah. Like static.
Hold on.
All right, horror bags, we're back.
I don't hear it anymore.
So it's done?
Yeah.
All right.
To podcast part 2.
We're already broadcasting.
All right.
Okay,
Sweet.
so
We were talking about RoboCop 2.
I think we kind of nailed that one, though. We pretty much mentioned it. Oh, let me finish my thought. My favorite part in the movie, my favorite line is when RoboCop and RoboCop 2 are fucking each other up and ambulances are exploding and shit. And the old man is up on the tower and he's like, "This could be bad for OCP, Johnson. Scramble your best spin team on it."
All right, now on to Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Yep.
The movie most people are thinking about when they talk about Terminator, in my opinion.
Well,
Definitely. I mean, you had everything in a great. You had a whole bunch of different elements. You had like a deeper, more immersing story, epic action scenes, chase scenes,
Physically impossible crashes of vehicles that continue to roll.
Yeah, true. But what's a little movie magic? I mean,
there's movie magic, and then there's a 16-wheeler crashing nose first directly down. And keeps going.
Yeah.
But, whatever. It's a Terminator. It's a movie about fucking robots. I can accept a little bit of stupidity.
Yeah. You even had a little bit of a horror element with the nuclear explosion. I saw the movie as a kid, and that nuclear explosion scene was a little bit of a nightmare fuel for me.
Yeah, that was the scariest shit we'd ever seen in movies, I think.
And I'm pretty sure that would be the reason, like one of the main contributing factors of my fear of nuclear warfare.
Yeah. Plus, we got the T-1000, which was just a horrifying concept, a liquid metal Terminator that can make itself look like anyone.
Was it T-1000 or T-2000?
T-1000.
Yeah. And, you had the same Arnold Schwarzenegger Model 101, but he's an upgraded, more durable endoskeleton one.
The second one is good as shit. Like, from beginning to end, it's good.
Amazing.
It's got effects that still hold up today. Interesting bit of trivia, the scene where the T-1000 is imitating Sarah Connor. That's not a camera trick. She has an identical twin sister.
Yep. Yep, and also, like, at least one of the actors has lasting effects from making that movie. The actress that played Sarah Connor, Linda Hamilton, I think is her name.
Oh yeah, didn't she blow out her eardrum or something?
Yep, she blew out her eardrum in the elevator scene when the shotgun went off.
Yeah, she really should have been wearing earplugs for that.
She has permanent hearing loss from that. But hey,
what's a little hearing loss to being in the best action movie ever made, or one of them at least?
What?
I don't really have any criticisms of Terminator 2, other than the kid being a squeaky, whining jackass in several parts of the movie.
Yeah, you don't really care for Edward Furlong to begin with in the first place.
Yeah, I kind of do. He's just a douchebag for PETA now, and that makes me think he's a homo.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have very many criticisms. I don't have any criticisms I can think of other than, the unrealistic 18-wheeler jump.
Hasta la vista, baby.
The moment where Arnold Schwarzenegger is checking out the guns and pretty much like fondling them.
He grins. I like that he grins. I like the deleted scenes where he's trying to teach him how to smile,
Yeah.
and he just can't smile worth a fuck. They actually brought that joke back in the new one.
And we had in the other group. Remember that meme we made?
I just got my dick sucked.
Yeah, that's well. I'll have to post a picture of that meme since it's related to this podcast, so totally relevant to our group.
I just got my dick sucked.
So I'll post that immediately following the podcast.
I blew it in her titties.
Let's see. Got anything?
The T-1000 death is awesome, and you will shed manly tears at the ending of this movie.
Very manly tears.
Because, my God.
Lowering himself into the fucking... It's not lava, is it? What is that shit? Because he does the whole thumbs up thing and shit.
Molten steel.
They're at a foundry.
Yeah.
A steel plant.
Always with the factory.
Yep,
Yeah.
always with the factory.
Okay, coolest T-1000 kill. I think the cop in the mental hospital where he sticks it right between his eyes.
Yeah.
Or when he's pretending to be the stepmom and the dude won't shut the fuck up, so she just knifes him through the head.
I was about to say that, just ching!
Yeah, you hear it go thwack.
Just straight through the fucking quart of milk he was drinking.
Yeah, the milk is still hanging there. Fucking, I love that
fucking
shit.
spilling all over. That was badass.
Now, I've never seen the trailer for the movie. Fuck. Firefox just crashed. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, we're back.
Okay, what was I saying?
We were on the topic of coolest kill. You said that.
Oh, I didn't see the trailer. I don't think I was even born yet when this movie came out. When did this movie come out?
This movie came out when I was a little kid, so you were born.
Oh, okay. So it must have been really early 90s.
Yeah.
It seems that in the movie you are supposed to be surprised that Arnold is the good guy.
Yeah, it definitely gives that.
But I don't think they did a good idea of marketing the movie to allow that to be a plot twist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's because Robert Patrick seems so damn evil. The guy playing the T-1000.
Yeah.
I like that actor. I like that actor a lot. I've seen him in several roles. I've just loved him in.
Mm-hmm.
The fight leading into the foundry is badass too. Oh, and the sound. The classic sound that fucking grenade launcher makes every time he loads a round. Boom! Yeah, it's like... It's hard to think. I can't make that sound. Yeah, and the he'll live. Shoots him in the kneecap. They make a joke about that in the new movie too. She's like, he never kills anybody. A lot of leg wounds though.
He'll live. I haven't seen the new movie either.
He and I both saw it last night. I saw it the night before last. I like it.
I own it, so I can watch it at any time. So I've seen it.
Anything else to say about the second one?
Not really.
Just awesomeness. I mean, and the badass guns in it.
Yeah.
The shotgun, definitely. The lever action shotgun. In all reality, all the modern replicas, I cannot really say much about the original because it's a design that was discontinued way in the early 1900s, like maybe 1920s or 1910s. I think it was the original model was discontinued, but like the modern replicas I've noticed have been pieces of shit, like rather unreliable. But there's a coolness factor of having a lever action shotgun.
He's using a modified lever action shotgun though to allow for all that flipping and shit.
The actual like movie prop and the close-ups, like the one he flips to cock it is the only one that has the loop. It's the enlarged loop to allow for it. There's actually a goof that he did where Arnold Schwarzenegger almost broke his hand because he used the wrong shotgun to do it and tried to do it, and it damn near twisted his hand.
That would hurt really bad.
Yeah.
So I guess okay, which one wins? I say
Terminator 2.
I say RoboCop 2.
It's a hard one for me. Honestly, I'd have to watch both like in succession, and maybe watch both in succession again. And just in fairness, watch both in a third time of succession. I just have to go on a RoboCop Terminator.
See which one you got tired of first.
Yes, I'd have to binge on both of them one after the other just to see how long before I get fed up with watching it to determine which one.
Still, you gotta pick one though. That's how this works. Gun to your head, you have to pick one or the other.
Tentatively, as of now, I'd have to choose Terminator 2.
So I'm the loser on this one. All right. Moving on to Terminator. We're going to do Terminator because fuck RoboCop 3. I ain't even going to watch it.
I've never seen it.
Have you ever seen it?
Nope.
Nobody's ever fucking seen RoboCop 3. So we're going to do Terminator 3 versus Terminator Salvation now.
I didn't even know there was a RoboCop 3.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see. I'm already going to say...
He gets a jetpack.
Oh, fun, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm already going to say I've seen both Terminator Salvation and Terminator 3. Terminator 3 is my pick out of the two.
Mine too. I actually like Terminator 3. I don't really understand what all the hate for it is.
I like both movies, but I'm picking Terminator 3 as well. I mean, I like Salvation because I don't really consider it to be part of the whole fucking storyline. As its own movie, it's not a bad movie. Like, if you want to consider it like a fucking spin-off movie, then yeah, it's a good fucking movie.
Definitely.
Yeah, so.
I guess so.
But yeah, Terminator 3, out of those two, it's winner hands down without even diving into it. So.
See, this is where I wish Teddy was here, because Teddy would probably disagree with both of us, because I know he hates Terminator 3, and he hates Terminator Salvation. But I don't quite get what the hatred for both of them is. I didn't like Terminator Salvation because I thought it was boring. I like Terminator 3, on the other hand. I think it's a fine Terminator movie. I mean,
Well, one of my favorite parts about it is it wasted no time to get into the action. It was just, first time I saw it, I was on the edge of my seat because it's a great action movie.
Action. Every fucking scene turns into an action.
That's the one where he gets the fucking garage door fucking dropped on top of him, right? And shit.
I think so.
Yeah, and then I think his series actually gets upgraded yet again because he mentions something about hydrogen fuel cells. I've kind of delved in the literature. I'm not sure it's between Terminator 2 and Terminator 3 that his series is an upgrade, or if it's between 1 and 2. It's between one of those two that he gets the upgrade.
He gets those 2 hydrogen cells that blow up with the force of a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, but also
tactical nuclear bomb, but still.
But also, the ability to remove them in event of a malfunction was also an upgrade too. But more durability.
I really dug the TX Terminator.
Oh yes.
Not only was the actress sexy, but what a deadly fucking Terminator.
I know, right? Like he can, you got the morphing, the polymorphing of the T-1000 of Terminator 2, plus a damn near indestructible endoskeleton with full 360-degree rotating joints and shit. Like, pulled off some badass freaking shit.
And an arsenal of built-in weapons, as opposed to having to rely on the technology of the time.
Yeah, instead of having to procure on site and use their technology, you are fully armed and ready to fuck shit up.
It took a small nuclear bomb to take her down.
Mm-hmm.
It took a fucking car crusher to beat the fucking original one, and it took an molten metal to kill this one. This one, the TX survived being in a fucking particle accelerator while it was on. That should have ripped it to shreds.
Mm-hmm. And,
And the endoskeleton of the TX is fucking terrifying.
Yes, very.
It's very reminiscent to me of an H.R. Geiger design. It looks kind of like Still from Species.
Mm-hmm.
And for all of those of you who don't know what Species is, because everybody forgot about that fucking movie, it's about an alien that needs to fuck, a sexy alien that needs to fuck and procreate. And if you have anything wrong with you, she detects any genetic defects, she will kill you. And she will kill you in ways that include shoving her gigantic lizard tongue down your throat and out the back of your head, blasting out your brainstem. And it was designed by H.R. Geiger, the guy who designed the aliens for Alien, and indeed the whole look of the Alien movie. Well, not the whole movie, but the nasty half bio, half mechanical shit you see in the background of all those movies were inspired by him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got a creepy cyborg had a creepy cyborg fetish. He's dead now.
But, I mean, you also got just the fact that, you're thinking, they're pretty much racing to shut Skynet down and all of that, and then turns out they're going to, like, old NORAD to bunker down to survive.
Yeah, and this one ends on the most depressing note out of all of them, because this one's like, no, you can't stop it. This shit is going to happen, and your attempts to stop it have failed. The most you can hope to do is survive this.
Yep. And just, it's an amazing movie. I like it.
I wouldn't call it amazing, but I would call it a good sequel.
Yes.
And Kristanna Loken, the TX, is hot.
Oh yes, very hot.
And to his credit, Arnold's still got a nice butt at that age.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Arnie.
And for those of you who have had the DVD, I'm not even sure if Blu-ray was out at that time, was it?
Oh shit. The Sergeant Candy scene.
Yes.
Yeah. I wish they'd kept that in, but it was just so comedic of a scene. You find out that the Terminator is modeled on this really southern sergeant guy named Sergeant Candy. He's like, "Hi, I'm Sergeant Candy," but it's Arnold, but he's got his voice dubbed over. He's like, "Hi, I'm Sergeant Master something Kelly Candy, and I'm here to tell you about our exciting new field of biometrics." And they're like, "I'm not sure about this voice." And this little bitty Asian guy with Arnold's voice says, "We can fix it." It's the funniest fuck scene.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just definitely.
I don't really like the guy playing John Connor.
Nick Stahl.
I don't like Nick Stahl.
I've only seen him in one other movie, and it was an indie fucking movie about a kid who gets addicted to drugs and fucking does some bad shit. I don't even really
I've seen
remember.
him in one other movie. I've seen him in a few other movies, but I've seen him in one specific movie, and so have you. He's Yellow Bastard from Sin City.
Huh.
Yeah. That's the only role I've ever liked him in, because he was just such a nasty, creepy yellow bastard.
Sin City is a good movie.
Sin City's a fucking great movie. I still haven't seen the sequel.
Neither have I. I haven't had any fucking really reason or want to, honestly.
I want to. I just haven't gotten around to it, because the concept of Sin City is so fucking easy to make a sequel with that. Why not? It's just short stories from a graphic novel.
Yeah.
If you want to make another movie full of short stories from the graphic novel, fine. I've seen Sin City completely re-edited with all the chapters in different sections, and this is pretty cool. It actually wasn't that bad of an edit. I don't know what the fuck I was watching, but it was cool. It had a bunch of extra shit too.
Yeah. But
the reason I liked it was because of Mickey Rourke. I like Mickey Rourke.
Oh hell yeah, Mickey Rourke is the man, dude.
But back to Terminator and Nick Stahl's role. I wouldn't say he was good. I wouldn't say he was great. I wouldn't even
Serviceable.
I wouldn't even say it was an acceptable performance, I guess.
Arnold did great as the Terminator in this one.
Yeah, and whatever her name is that played Catherine Brewster.
That was Claire Danes.
Yes, I think Claire Danes. All right, looking, I fucker.
Well, yeah, but as far as the character, she was really kind of irritating.
Yeah,
she was kind of a basic screaming female in a movie.
Well, wouldn't you be a screaming female too if you were like a veterinarian?
I'm just saying.
Into a
I'm just saying
apocalypse?
It's a trope that fucking movies have that it's
It
been
gets on
done
the nerves.
so many times. Like Willie Scott from fucking Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Yeah, I'd be screaming too, but god damn it, she's annoying.
Yeah. But you know, I think she did all right.
That's not true.
I think she did all right in her role. I mean, you know, what else are you supposed to do being a veterinarian launched into nuclear apocalypse and destined to survive and breed with someone that you haven't seen since you made out in the basement the day before he fucking disappeared to rumor has it prison for murdering his foster parents or something, you know? I mean, and you find out he just broke into your veterinary office to steal painkillers after he wrecked his motorcycle.
I do have a major beef in the movie, though. Like, I consider this a plot hole. They get away from that base where all the fucking Skynet shit's coming online, and they get away in a plane, and I just question how in the fuck they managed to pull that off with all those T-1s and hunter killers flying around. There's no way in hell. The hunter killers alone, there were dozens of them.
Yeah, that is a plot hole. That's I consider that a movie sim.
Ding.
Ding. What else? Oh, common denominator in the series. Factory.
Yes.
Skynet production facility. Technically a factory.
And it ends in an old NORAD bunker with a fucking giant steel door.
Yep.
I think it's awesome the sheer amount of shit that it takes to kill the TX. Because even ripped in half, that thing was still ready to go.
Yep. And you gotta have that classic line after all that happens.
You are terminated.
You are terminated.
And then we get to Terminator Salvation, which I think is that great.
No, I found it boring, kind of drug out. I mean, it had some decent action scenes.
I got a confession to make. I don't really like Christian Bale all that much. I don't know, he's always been kind of a weird actor to me.
Not the only movie I think I really liked his performance in. I mean, he did okay in the Batman movies. I mean,
yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad Batman. I mean, he's got good moments and bad moments in those movies. He's got some moments that are just flat out fucking bad ass in those movies. You know, a really badass moment in The Dark Knight Rises when they're sneaking into Bane's hideout, and there's that shot where they're trying to shoot at him at the end of a tunnel, and every time it flashes, he's standing somewhere else and he's closer.
Yeah,
he's like right up on him. That's a badass moment.
So I think we both all don't really have much to say about Salvation then.
No, we do. I do. I do like the idea of a cyborg Terminator. I thought, wow, that was an interesting idea. I liked meeting Skynet finally. Yeah. It was very interesting to finally actually have a conversation with Skynet.
Yeah.
I didn't like that it was its avatar was Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah, that was a bit lame.
She looks like a walking corpse. That's probably why Tim Burton dated her for so long.
I swear Tim Burton's kind of a closet necrophiliac.
I don't even think he's a closet necrophiliac. I think nobody's just had the balls to ask outright. Do you fuck corpses?
He'd probably honestly answer.
Yeah, he'd probably be like, yeah.
On my spare time.
I like him in the rigor mortis phase, real tight. I'm not saying Salvation is a movie I would take out of the case and wipe scrape the turds off my ass with it. I would watch it again. Seeing all of the Terminators was interesting. Seeing the giant fucking... Wasn't there like a giant worm Terminator or something?
Yeah.
Here's my problem with the movie. I don't want to see this shit. I do not give a fuck about anything that happens in this movie because this isn't the shit I want to see. I don't want to watch them fight the war. I want to see John Connor defeat Skynet. Because that's the thing we haven't gotten to fucking see. And I thought that's what the movie was going to be, but he's not even the leader of the resistance. He's just this guy we have on board that some people believe and other people think he's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's out of character. Like, he's so... I don't know. It almost seems like the events of 2 and 3 didn't even happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... it's an alright movie on its own, but compared to the other Terminator movies, it's not. It just doesn't seem like it fits really.
Yeah. And it didn't have Arnold, and it's just not the same without him.
Oh no, it never is.
There's just some movies you can't. It'd be like making a fucking Rocky movie without Sylvester Stallone. They're making one about Apollo Creed's son, but Rocky's in it.
Yeah.
X-Men movie without fucking
without Wolverine.
yeah, basically.
I think that could be done. I think that could be done. That was done. First Class wasn't that bad of a movie. He's only in that for a cameo.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but his cameo was like the best part of the fucking movie.
I disagree with that completely. I think First Class was a great movie, and it had lots of
Great
great.
movie. I'm just saying the one thing I remember from that movie though was his fucking line telling them to go fuck themselves.
The thing I remembered was a dude getting a coin slowly pushed through his brain while fucking Xavier had to feel it.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Anyway, moving on to the shit that we fucking pretty much based this whole idea around. What wins, Salvation or 3? I say 3.
3,
3.
Okay.
hands down.
Now we get to the new RoboCop and the new Terminator. So which one of us have actually seen the movies?
I have seen neither, so I have no input.
Okay,
I'm along for the ride.
You can be the person reacting to the shit we're telling you, and you can tell us how stupid or cool it sounds.
Okay.
Have you seen both?
I watched RoboCop last night, and I have seen Genesis because I actually own it.
Okay, so let's talk about the new RoboCop first, because I hated the new RoboCop.
I agree. The fucking storyline was fucking lacking. It fucking lagged way too fucking much during the fucking film. They took about half the movie just to introduce him as fucking RoboCop.
Instead of getting cornered and gunned down by a group of criminals, he gets hit with a car bomb. Not nearly as emotional.
No.
And we never get to see like Detroit being nasty, RoboCop Detroit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Detroit, it's important to show us why they're creating a fucking RoboCop. And oh my god, dude, the intro to this movie is the intro to Metal Gear Solid 4. I swear to God, like shot for shot, it's the same intro. They even bring in giant mechs. They're Ed 209s, but they bring them in like the Gecko. In like a Middle Eastern fucking setting where the colors are all washed out and yellowish. There's like rebels fighting way stronger opponents with mechs. I just had to point that out because that bugged the shit out of me when I saw it. I was like, wow.
The main thing I don't really like about the RoboCop movies, though, is actually said it. It's Detroit. I mean, Detroit's always, from what I've seen, I've been there at least twice. It's always been a shit fucking town. So it's like I can't really.
It is a shit town. It's got no money. It's got no industry. It's a big fucking ghetto.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. For me, it's like if you're gonna have like a fucking RoboCop thing, like I'd like to. It'd be better if it was actually set in a fucking nice town and shit, and then have it in the movie be fucking like overrun by fucking crime and shit. So it's like, oh wow, that actually fucking happened to this place. Yeah, they better get it cleaned up instead of fucking Detroit's like, well, what do I care? This place has always been shitty. So
I guess, but in this case, you see Detroit and you're like, hey, it looks okay.
yeah.
I mean, shit, they got this big mega corporation operating out of it. They must be bringing in some revenue. But, okay. This is the worst RoboCop movie ever made, but it might be the best Deus Ex movie ever made. Because I would compare the story of this movie to Deus Ex, any of them. Especially Human Revolution, which is ironic because Human Revolution has a lot of RoboCop Easter eggs and jokes. Because you're a cop in Detroit that gets turned into a cyborg after a terrorist attack. And, okay, he gets blown up by his car. Wake the fuck up. Do this. Do it again. Keep doing it.
Sorry, third shift in this week.
Okay. He gets blown up, and he gets fucked up by this bomb, dude. And he wakes up, and he's in a RoboCop suit, and his hand is exposed, and he's like, "The fuck is this shit?" And they just let him get up, and he starts fucking shit up. So I think they like shut him off and put him back on the stand. And then when he comes to, the doctor's like, "Okay, it's important that you see this." They fucking put him in front of a mirror and disassemble his ass. And the only thing that's left of him is like a chunk of his lung, his heart, one hand, no arm, just hand, and this part of his face and his brain. And he's like, "Oh my God, there's nothing left. Oh my God, you have to unplug me. You have to unplug me. You have to unplug me." And they're like, "No, we're not going to unplug you." And
I'd be tripping out too.
and then, okay, they train him, and they get him. They explain that he's got this shit in his brain that basically makes him think he's doing what he wants to do, but he's really just acting on his directives. And before they debut him, before the big reveal, ta-da, RoboCop. They're like, "Okay, now let's download the entire database into his brain. The entire criminal database. All at once, 5 minutes before he's got to be debuted to the public."
Oh shit!
So of course he has a fucking seizure, and they have to fucking like turn his dopamine on and make him into like RoboCop. RoboCop, stop! You are under arrest. And then I honestly, for the love of God, I cannot tell you what happens that makes the guy that made RoboCop into the bad guy, but he becomes the bad guy and kidnaps RoboCop's family, and he hits him with a Directive 4 type maneuver, and it doesn't work, and he shoots him in the Days one. Oh, and instead of the Auto 9, they gave RoboCop a puss-down fucking taser round Auto 9.
Teaser round on him.
I know. How the fuck does that even work? It's still firing projectiles at you.
Mm-hmm.
That should still penetrate your skin and fuck you up. You need to go home and go to bed, man. You're passing out.
I mean, I fell asleep
Take a nap.
during this fucking. Last night trying to watch it, I fell asleep twice, even trying to get through the fucking movie. That's how bored I was with it, because it was too fucking slow. The fucking plot line made no fucking sense to me. It's like,
Yeah, looking back, I can only remember maybe 30 minutes total of this movie.
I'm trying to think about this.
And I don't remember what motivates the villain to become the villain.
it's because he fucking. From what I remember, he ends up eventually in the movie going out to try and solve his own murder, to where what happened with the fucking car bomb and shit, and it leads him back to the fucking police force and shit, and the police, like three of the fucking police lady and two of the policemen there, he finds out that they were in on him getting the car bomb and shit, so
I just
getting,
I don't remember any of this. And you're not. Nothing is triggering. This movie is very forgettable.
Yeah.
It is. It's a very forgettable movie. You see it, and then the next day you've already forgotten shit about it.
Basic rundown of it, because of a corrupt police force. That's who fucking blew him up. He tried to solve his own murder, led back to the police force, and it's all fucking connected to each other in some weird fucked up jumble that doesn't make any fucking sense once you run it down.
Okay, wait. I remember one more scene in the movie. When they first turn him into RoboCop, he looks like RoboCop. He's got the fucking shiny and chrome riding forever. And fucking they're sitting in a room talking about new design, and they put in this big fuck you audience line where they're like, nah. See, the public doesn't know what they want. Let's go with black. And then he looks really fucking lame, in my opinion. His black suit looks stupid.
Alright, so fuck this movie. Moving on to Genesis.
Moving on to Genesis, which wasn't as bad as everybody said. Fuck all y'all.
I like Genesis. It was a fun movie.
It was kind of slow. Didn't have as much action as you'd expect from a Terminator movie, but it had a lot of funny moments. Almost all of them coming from Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like,
I hated the guy who played John Connor. I fucking hate his actor.
kind of laughs. I don't know that actor. That's the first time I've ever seen him. I know that actress though. I've seen her naked lots of times.
I've noticed one thing about the Terminator movies is that the actor that plays Sean Connor is not consistent whatsoever.
You just called him Sean Connor. And now I'm imagining Sean Connery leading humans to the fucking victory.
That would be awesome.
We have won this war.
Anyway,
Skynet, you shall never rule again.
but haven't you noticed that the John Connor has been a very inconsistent character from movie to movie?
It's because it's always a different fucking actor. And he's always an actor I don't particularly like all that much. Like, Edward Furlong's okay. I liked him in American History X, but those are literally the only two movies I know him from. John Connor in this movie, I like him, but I don't like him in this role. He's a fucking, I don't know. The first movie I saw this dude in was Lawless, where he was playing a really drunk moonshiner hillbilly. A badass one, don't get me wrong, but it was just odd to see him as John Connor. Kyle Reese, though, I hate the actor that plays Kyle Reese in the first one, and I don't feel any better about this one, so I guess my feelings for Kyle Reese stand.
So, what'd you think of the movie overall for like the whole them making John Connor a Terminator?
I dug all the Terminator versus Terminator fights. Nobody really gives the movie any kind of credit for that.
I thought it was a fun idea. I mean, it's a good.
We got to see Arnold take on a T-800, a T-1000, a T-3000, and get upgraded into some kind of new Terminator.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a fun idea because the whole time you're watching the Terminator series, they put it off as John Connor being the best hope for the resistance against Skynet, and then all of a sudden he turns into the best hope for Skynet survival and shit. So it's like,
That, I am okay with that. I really am. But they really should not have put it in the trailer.
yeah, that would have. I think people would have enjoyed the movie a lot more if it came off as a surprise instead of just.
I cannot believe that they revealed that in the trailer. That is the biggest plot twist of the movie. And it's the biggest plot twist of the series. And it's a very, very big oh shit moment. Oh my god, John Connor is a fucking Terminator now. Now what the fuck do we do?
Did you end up watching the after credit scene after he gets thrown in? Was that like a particle accelerator that him and fucking that he gets torn up by and shit when him and Arnold are fucking?
That was another time machine. It just
yeah. So did you end up watching the after credit scene?
The big glowing pink orb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that thing is supposed to be. I imagine it's like an AI core. I thought that was funny.
When we watched it, we thought it was either fucking the remainder of fucking John Connor or fucking Skynet itself.
Probably Skynet. I laughed when I saw it because I was like, isn't that That was this. That was the ending to Portal.
Yeah.
Sweeping down into the fucking innards of a destroyed facility to find a glowing AI orb sitting in a dark room somewhere.
It's not as bad as people make it out to be. I enjoyed it. It's a lot better than Salvation, or I like it better than 3 even too. So
I like the manifestation of Skynet aging into a fucking adult. That was kind of creepy.
yeah. So where would you place it? Because I like it better than 3 and Salvation, but I like 1 and 2 better than this one.
I think I like it better than 3, and I don't like Salvation at all. So, well,
More better than obviously.
I don't know. I can't make my mind up on Salvation. It's just a bad movie. I've only watched it once. I've never had any desire to ever watch it again. I kind of want to watch Terminator Genesis again already. The funniest shit in the movie is Arnold doing the fucking Terminator smile. Oh,
He's just trying to smile. I was like, that's creepy, right?
I got to give the movie credit where credit's due. It's got some genuine feels in it a couple times. Some the part where you see he's having that dick measuring contest with fucking Kyle Reese where they're loading the clips, and then his hand starts spazzing out really bad. I found that to be a genuinely sad moment.
Yeah.
And the part where she finds that he kept pictures of her around, like he grew attached to her. We know Terminators can eventually develop emotions for people. We saw it in Terminator 2. He calls her my Sarah. Take care of my Sarah.
I like the fact that he keeps on making fucking sexual fucking like just the whole thing. Like he keeps on hinting at them, like supposing to fuck each other and shit.
Yeah. You really need to get down to the hibbity bibbity. You have to produce John Connor. But I suppose we can wait until after we kill John Connor. I liked it. I'm fully ready to watch the 2 sequels they have planned for it, even though it didn't do very well.
Sequels will do better.
The chick playing Sarah Connor, I was having a hard time judging her acting because I know her from Game of Thrones, and I hate her on Game of Thrones. I can't stand Daenerys Targaryen. She's one like, if Jon Snow is dead, then fucking Daenerys Targaryen is my now least favorite character now that Jon Snow is gone.
You're the first person I've heard of saying that they actually hate Jon Snow. A lot of people fucking like Jon Snow.
Fucking hate Jon Snow. Fuck Jon Snow in the ass with an icy fucking spike all the way up into his heart. Fuck him.
Let me guess, you want him to get raped by ice zombies.
I want him to get turned into an ice zombie and then raped by ice zombie. And I want him to do it over a fire. Fuck Jon Snow. I decided I can't stand him. God, I can't stand him.
I've only seen like one season of the show. I couldn't get into the show, honestly. I might go back and try and watch it again.
It's a good show. There's a lot of... You just got to get used to liking a character only to have them murdered before your eyes.
That's the shit I don't like about those kind of shows. Because like when I watch a long series like that, I tend to get attached to a certain character. And it's like,
you don't get to get attached to him for very long. That's what I'm saying. He kills off people quick. I mean, Eddard Stark is gonna die just because of who's playing him.
Oh yeah, because it's fucking.
What is his name?
The guy from Lord of the Rings plays Boromir.
Yeah, the guy who played Boromir.
Oh no, I can't remember his name. All I know is he dies in everything.
Yeah, you see him and you just think, dead man walking.
All right, so who wins out of the two movie series?
Okay, we had RoboCop 1. Sorry. Terminator 2 1.
We didn't even talk about RoboCop 3.
Yeah, fuck RoboCop 3.
Genesis beat Salvation, and then
No, 3 beat. Wait. Shit. I guess RoboCop can't win because there's only two movies we've. I don't know. I
we
don't know.
talked about RoboCop 1 and 2, and then we talked about the new RoboCop. But we've at least touched on all the Terminator movies, so I say by default, since we've actually bothered to touch on all the Terminator movies and didn't even fuck with RoboCop 3,
I'm gonna say RoboCop wins because Terminator, the first one people disagree on, the second one everyone universally likes, and the remainder of the series is just divisive as fuck. RoboCop has two really, 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 really good movies.
So you're picking RoboCop, I'm picking Terminator then.
All right, so
Well, I'm going to sign off for now.
all right, that was our podcast. Didn't like it, suck these nuts.